Today we are going to have another wonderful session on Navamsa. Navamsa is a very, very important area or an information on how the marriage is going to be, how our dharma, which we got from our previous life, is going to establish in our current janma, and how the spouse who is going to come in our life is going to establish our dharma. So this is the topic today, and I'm inviting Prachi Saxena ji to join the discussion and to have a very useful interaction for everyone. Because many people used to ask me, what is Navamsha? Can you please explain me? And we used to confront that, okay, this is how it has to be. Welcome, welcome. Sunai Dere, voice. So,
एक अभी आए?
yes, yeah. So, what is that Navamsha, which makes very, very interesting topic for our audience? Why the Navamsha is very important for marriage as well as it is very important for seeing the Dharma. So, this is a topic for today, and we are going to see how the Dharma is established. And we knew that ninth house is a house of Dharma, correct?
Yes.
And we all will look for always labha.
Right.
We are the people who always look for gains. Without
Hmm.
gains, there is no nothing called the people will be interested in and interested in. So everybody wants labha. So the ninth house, from ninth house, the 11th house becomes seventh house. That is why seventh house is treated as marriage, and which is a very important labha bhava for any human being. And not only that, if you have a good dharma from the past life, you will have all the desires, whatever you have in your life, will be met with seventh house. That is why the Navamsha is very important for the seed for Bhagya. That means the person will get Bhagya in this life or not will be based on the Dharma from the previous life. So when that is getting when that marriage will when that dharma will increase. So in Hinduism, we have said that the dharma will be increased the moment when the father and mother of the girl is getting a good partner for their daughter. That is why they if you see the marriages closely, we always used to the father of the girl used to wash the feet of the son-in-law.
Yes.
There is a custom in our religion, correct? You must have seen in most of the marriages, you will see that the father-in-law will be actually washing the feet of the
Yeah.
son-in-law
During Kanyadan.
during Kanyadan, exactly. So why are we doing that? What is the purpose of it? So we have to understand that why that particular feet cleansing has been kept. Because though it is looking very odd, because the father-in-law, such a senior person of a lady, is doing the feet cleaning of the son-in-law. Why it is such a strange thing? Because when a foreigner is coming, they used to ask this question, because I have seen many foreigners who come to India for tour. They used to ask some very good questions, common questions, but people you do not able to reply to that. Why? Because they are not able to understand what it is. So one of the incident I will tell you, there was a foreigner who is going to the Buddhist monastery. He is a foreigner, okay? So he was seeing one Buddha in the monastery. The Buddhist is sitting, one Buddha follower. He is actually having the bead, rose beads, and he was counting. And the foreigner is asking that man, "Sir, why there is how many beads are there in this?" So the person replies, "Sir, there are 108 beads." How many? 108 beads. So immediately the foreigner becomes curious to understand why the only 108, why not more? So he was very keen to understand what is the reply from the person who is praying in the main hall in the temple, and he replies, "Sir, if one is getting fallen down, what will do so that we are keeping spare?" So the foreigner surprised. Oh, why? Because of the spare you are keeping 108. Because such a very odd answer from that person. The actual reason is we are having 27 nakshatras, and each nakshatra is having 4 padas. And these 4 padas are 4 ayanas. That is direction of the human being. That is the main principle of Hinduism. It is about dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. And the moon is traveling, the mind has to travel in all the 4 padas of all the 4 nakshatras, and that is why 27 into 4, it is 108. So when the moon is traveling in 1 month, so we are actually passing through 108 navamsas. 108 8
Navamsha.
navamsa. So there are 108 navamsa also. So because of the 108 navamsa, the God said there are 108 type of human characters he has created. 108 type of person who is following such dharma has been created. So you can see that how in a month, if there is a baby is getting birth, that means every day when a baby is getting a birth from the mother, they all come into certain kind of navamsa. So that is why the 27 into 4 becomes 108, and there are 108 navamsas also. So 108 navamsa means there are 108 different practices of dharma which people are having in the tradition. So some people may have different kind of dharma, some people religion is having different dharma, another religion is having different dharma. Why these all kind of differences? Because the 27 into 4 is 108. And because the mind has to be unified into these 4 directions of travel each day, the person also should understand moksha, he should also understand dharma, he should also understand artha, he also should understand kama. So all these things are parallelly required in a month, in a person's human life. That is why 108 beats have been given, so that the person's mind is not getting out of order in any one of this. So all the 4 has to be balanced. That is why we are having 108 beats, because when they are doing the mantra will control the mind and keep in order, so that whenever the moon is traveling in any of the padas, you will not be oriented only in that. Suppose if moon is traveling in kama pada, today you become kama only. No, you have to be balanced in all the 4. Suppose if a person is having moksha, so moon is traveling in moksha, that means that the person will go to moksha. Then what will happen to his wife and the kids? So that is why the person is given 108 beats, because the person is doing mantra to control the mind and you orient in all the 4 which are equally important in human's life. If a person is taking sansara. So artha is also required. You cannot sit in home. Nobody is going to give you money. So that is why artha is also required. You also need dharma, because without dharma there is nothing. You need kids, you need your father, you need your parent, everything is required. You need kama, because you also have desires to go outside. You also should fulfill your ambitions, your goals, and you also should have a good mother, good healing. So everything is required. That is why the gain and increase of marriage. Now coming to I have gone to some other topic. Why the feet has been cleansed by the father-in-law? Because the day in which the marriage is conducted, the labha, the person who is bringing the fortune or the labha gains for my daughter is Vishnu.
Oh,
That is why the father-in-law is cleansing the feet of the son-in-law, because that day he becomes Vishnu, because the person who is going to bring the complete gains of dharma from the day onwards for their family. That is why the son-in-law has to be treated as a god that day, Vishnu. And
son-in-law.
that Mahavishnu is that particular day the son-in-law on that particular Muhurta. And that is the reason the Mahavishnu is directly coming into the marriage ceremony as a form of son-in-law. And that is why the father of the daughter is ready to cleanse the feet of the Vishnu. Because why it is we are cleaning only the feet, why not the hand? Because the foreigners, if they are coming to the marriage, they will ask this question: why you are cleaning feet? You could have cleaned the hand. What is the purpose of it? Because the 12th house is a house where the Venus is exalted for the function of marriage, and that is where the Jupiter is taking his own house. That is where where the Ketu is also taking his own position in the Pisces, and the Sun is getting Marana in that, because the ego of the person is not there, because both male and female are ready to submit their ego to accept another human being to their life. So you are no more an ego individual from that day onwards, because we are practicing dharma. And because the son is getting marana that day, the father of the daughter becomes the role of the father to donate the kanya to the man. Because the son is debilitated, son is getting marana there. There is no son. That is why the father of the daughter is transferring the dharma, because we are also thanking everyone, because the feet is the one who is actually bringing all the people together. Because you have decided, and the male family has decided, but who had brought all the people together on that particular day? It is the feet.
Yes.
That is why we are cleaning the feet. Because Pisces is called as feet. So what made both the family to come and united on a mandapa, on a kalyana mandapa? Because that day the marriage hall, all the people are joining because of the invitation, marriage invitation. Your family, their family, all of them are coming. What made to make the people united there? Because of the feet. And because of the feet, where the Venus is exalted, the Jupiter is taking the role of their own house, and Ketu is also there, where we are making the worship of Mahavishnu. Because he is
Why
a
Ketu? Why Ketu there?
I'm going to explain that today. Okay. Now fruits and gains of dharma is 11th. From the 9th becomes fruits of dharma. That is why the 7th house becomes the spouse, marriage, and the spouse. Now, who is going to be the destruction for this area is 12th from the 9th. So what is 12th from 9th?
8th house.
That is why 8th house is called as widowhood. That is why the 8th house is called as widowhood and separation from the husband. So whenever a divorce, whenever a separation, whenever a widowhood is happening, it is all because of the 12th from the 9th. Because 12th means loss.
Yes.
Whose loss? Spouse loss. Whose loss?
Spouse.
Spouse loss. When the spouse is lost, there are only three chances. One is the person dies, or the person leaves the person female, or the person is not interested to continue the marriage. So, and who is the main person who is significator of dharma? It is Surya, sun. Now, who is the person who always want to make an eclipse to the sun? Correct. Before that, who is the significator of the 8th house?
Saturn.
Exactly. So that is why the Vayu Graha is there on the 7th house, because God has made that you don't think that every wish of yours will be met. That is why in the 7th house, Saturn and Rahu make a predominant domination, because Vayu Tattva. Even though you are married, don't think all your wishes are fulfilled. I will make you separated. Any point of time. So that is why the Vayu Graha is put on Libra. Because, yeah, but Why the Vayu Graha is put in Libra especially? Because in the 7th house, Venus and Saturn wants to go together.
Okay.
That is why each and every person, every female is not breaking the marriage. Only few of them are making the marriage, breaking the marriage. Because Saturn is given a blessing on the 7th house in Libra, where more Vayu is there. Now you understood, 8th house is a breaker of marriage. Why? Because it is 12th from the 9th.
Nine.
And who is another person who can cause eclipse to the sun? It is Rahu.
Hmm.
And if you see both the grahas, Saturn and Rahu, both are Vayu grahas.
Yes.
And where the Vayu is more? In the 7th house. That is why people are not breaking the marriage. Out of 100 people are getting married, only 10 people are breaking the marriage. Other 90 are just carry forward. Why? Because in our Hindu religion, we are practicing that day as Vishnu. That is why you see that why the Westerners are quick in breaking the marriage, because there is no custom ceremony is being done in the marriage.
Right.
Whereas in our ceremony, we are creating a Vishnu scenario, and also we are giving Kanyadan in a proper manner. That is why in the Indian system, the breakage of marriage is very, very minimal. Why Western they are not having this continuity of marriage? Because they have no such practices. Because God says, if you created a Vishnu that day, I will give you sustenance. But if you do not worship your son-in-law, I will collapse the marriage. I will
Collapse.
collapse the marriage. Now, who is the second significator of sun?
Sun. Ninth house.
Ninth house ka one significator is sun. Who is the second significator?
Jupiter.
Wise, very good. Now, Jupiter is a friend of sun.
Yes.
And how Jupiter is saving the marriage is by giving kids.
Kids.
That is why Jupiter is a significator of kids.
Putra Karaka.
He is given kids so that the breakage of marriage not happened. Because in our custom, the moment the kid is born, the whether you like it, like the husband or not, like the wife or not, you are having the marriage going because you have the responsibilities of bringing the kids. Yeah, that is another important area. Why the Jupiter is very important? Because Jupiter is making the Akash. Akash means binding factor. What is the function of Jupiter? The Jupiter means Akash. Akash job is to bind everything. Bind. Who is binding actually? Both the people. उसका दोनों को bind करने वाला कौन है?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. That is why kids are binding the male father and mother. That is why the Jupiter is in the 12th house. Because even the father's mother, both the legs are different. They both are coming in one single position because of kids. That is why the 12th house is ruled by Jupiter. Because everybody should ask this question, why the Dushtana 12th house has been taken by the role of house of Jupiter? Because even though the father and mother is traveling in different directions, because of the Jupiter bond, they both are coming together because of kids.
Kids.
Because they both have to have some kind of moral responsibility to bring the kids. So because of that, the father is bringing the money and mother is ready to prepare the food for the kids. That is why the Jupiter is very important for binding factor, and that is why they both are friends. Sun and Jupiter. Okay. Now, what is the function of the 7th house? Why the Venus has been given there? What is the purpose there? Because Venus symbolizes physical beauty and attractiveness. And there, the Saturn, who is a bringer of sorrow, has also been exalted. So, the wife or husband may use harsh words. The wife or husband may use difficult arguments. They will have arguments. they will have lot of problems between each other. So what is mainly which is creating that attraction is because of the physical beauty. And that is why both the person, male or the female, is getting attracted on the seventh house because Venus is his own house. And that is the reason why the creation is happening because of attraction. Attraction causes procreation. Attraction causes procreation. And that is why they both are together on the seventh house. Venus is the ruler of the seventh house. Now you understood the ninth house called 11th, 7th, and then you understood the complete philosophy of the seventh house. Now, who is the opponent of Venus? Venus is a Jala. Then if Venus is a Jala, who should be an opponent for the Jala?
Fire.
Correct. So who is that fire? Agni.
Sun.
Which graha is called as Agni in astrology?
Sun. Mars.
Exactly. That is why Mars is called as Brahmacharya. Why? Because he is capable of preserving the particular beauty. Venus is the indicator of semen, whereas Mars is preserver of it. He is not ready to use it. So that is why Mars, if it is very, very strong, these people are not supposed to be married because they are not ready to produce kids. So there are two kinds of people who should not marry. One, those people who are not interested to make kids. They are asked to be away from the marriage because they are not interested to make kids. So if you are not interested to make kids, why are you married?
Yeah.
So they are asked to be bachelors. The second type of people who are supposed to be bachelor is those people who are having a curse of Mars.
Curse of Mars.
Curse of Mars. Matlab, some people may have very, very, very bad curse of Mars. Because the curse of Mars is there, the people are not getting married because Mars is making the Venus not to function. So when the Venus is not able to function, there are three kind of possibilities. Either the person's sexuality is not good. Second, the person is not ready to make kids. Third, there is no interest on getting married. They are not generally interested to go with partners. So only these three people should be away from the marriage.
Good Mars and bad Mars both create same problem.
Same problem. Okay, now who has made the eclipse to Sun?
Rahu.
Correct. And now, whenever Rahu does something, Ketu does the opposite. So, Rahu is creating widowhood. Then what Ketu should do? Again create marriage. That is why Ketu is very good for marriage.
Again create marriage?
Yes. Suppose if Rahu has made one female as a widow. She can get remarried or not?
No,
correct. Suppose if a person is divorced, again remarriage हो सकता है क्या नहीं?
Possible.
Who is creating that possibility is Ketu. When Rahu does opposite something, made life miserable through widowhood, make miserable through divorce, or make separation, Ketu does the opposite. Ketu provide marriage. That is why Ketu is taking in the Pisces, where the Venus is getting exalted. That is why Ketu is a wonderful planet for marriage in Navamsa. Because Rahu is the worst, Ketu is beautiful. Why? Because Ketu again and again provide marriage.
But why?
Why? Because he dislikes Rahu. Because when Rahu has broken it, Ketu wants to again create it.
opposite.
Opposite. That is why they, whenever you are having opposites, you have to understand what that opposite is in astrology. Now you have understood Sun and Jupiter are one side. Now who is in the opposite side of Sun and Jupiter is Saturn and Rahu for marriage. They are making the marriage to happen, they are breaking it. Rahu is creating the widowhood, Ketu is creating again marriage. Okay. Now we are taking another two planets. One is Moon.
In Navamsa.
In all the planets we have to see, na? In Navamsa, we have 9 grahas.
Yes.
So we are now taken Sun, we explained Sun, we explained Jupiter, we explained Saturn, we explained Rahu, we explained Venus, we explained Mars. So how many planets are over?
6.
6 planets. Six is over. Okay. 6 is over or no? Sun, Jupiter, Rahu, Saturn is over. Venus, Mars is over. Ketu is over. Correct? So what is pending now?
Sun and Mercury. Moon and Mercury.
Still it is only 8. Then something else is missed.
Moon and Mercury.
Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury. Mercury is finished.
Mercury
Jupiter.
not finished.
Yeah, Venus. Then Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. 4, 8, 9. Okay. In this, sun is finished. Moon not finished. Mars is finished. Jupiter is finished. Venus is finished. Saturn finished. Rahu finished. Ketu also finished. So what is left out? Moon and Mercury.
Moon and Mercury.
Yeah. Now, Moon is very good because it is looking for a mother as a wife. So some man, they will only marry because they don't have mother. Or some man may miss the mother very much because they are marrying and treating the wife like a mother.
Actually, they miss the care.
Care. So,
Care.
correct. And they need lot of healing and nurturing and caring wife. That is why Moon has come into picture. So Moon is favoring marriages. Moon is favoring. Now, who is against Moon?
Mercury.
Correct. That is why Mercury is always a dangerous planet in Navamsa because those are the people who do something which is called as adharma in marriage. Means they will keep a wife and look for another. They will have an illegal relationship with many women. Why? Because Mercury is capable of producing it. Mercury is capable of producing it. So that is why Mercury is a planet which is very, very important to be seen in Navamsa. Because if Mercury is dangerous in the Navamsa, the particular people will be having loose morals. Loose morals. Because the Mercury is capable of making that person accordingly. Because the Mercury is fickle-minded also, the Mercury is having no ability to control. It is like a kid. So it is without control. So if it is without control, it loses its dharma. And Mercury's another problem is they don't realize. Even they do mistake, they will never realize it. That is why Mercury is dangerous in Navamsa. And these 4 planets are very, very important. And in which the Navamsa, the God is telling that kindly see the seed in the Navamsa. The seed is kept in the 9th house and the 9th Lord in the Navamsa. Seed matlab last janma ka jo seed hai, वो कहाँ placed है, Navamsha mein, you will see that in the ninth house. And the ninth lord will talk about where the seed is going to be in your life and how the seed is kept, whether it is a good seed or bad seed, or how the seed is going to function, how that will give effects. Everything has to be seen from the seed. Everything to be seen from the seed. And when you are seeing the seed, you have to do Rasi Tulya Navamsa. What does it mean? That means you have to take the Lagna of the Rasi and put it in Navamsa to see the positions.
Lagna, Lagna Lord.
Lagna, your Lagna in D1, you have to take just Lagna.
Okay.
And then put it in Navamsa where that Lagna is and see other planets. So one is you are seeing the Lagna of the Navamsa itself and see the reading. Second, you have to see the D1 Lagna placed in Navamsa and see the planets accordingly. Then you will understand what is the seed is actually as per the Rasi also. So Navamsa and Rasi both has to be seen parallelly to understand the ninth house and the ninth lord seed, which is very, very important to understand how the seed is going to function, how the Bhagya is going to come, how the Bhagya is going to come, how the Bhagya is function, where it is going to come from, and when it is going to come from, and when it is going to come from also, from the single Navamsa. So the Navamsa, today we have talked about the planets which are going to be affected in terms of marriage. So we have seen the nine divisions of Rasi to be mapped into Navamsa, and we also seen the 9 planets functions, how it will function in the Navamsa. But if you have to see the Navamsa for the Bhagya alone, you have to see the 3 planets which can cause the damage to the Dharma, which is Saturn, who can able to make sins because of the sins which is committed from the past. Where the Saturn will be placed in the Navamsa is going to speak about the mount of the Saturn. Mount means कितना आप लेके आए जो bad karma है, वो that will be showing like a peak, like a mountain's peak. That will be seen from the Saturn's position of the Navamsa. Okay. Now, the second planet which you are going to see will be which planet? Venus. And where the Venus is in the Navamsa will cause extreme desires, because of which your dharma make it fall. Because whenever, suppose, imagine that if a shopkeeper is sitting and he knows that he has bought the pen for 2 rupees as a cost. And the government is telling that kindly sell this for maximum 3 rupees. You had bought 2 rupees, sell it at 3 rupees. But some person comes and he had understood that the person is highly wealthy. And also, he is very innocent. When that person comes, also if you are saying it is only 3 rupees, then your dharma is very good. But imagine if that person comes, then this person is asking that this pen is 20 rupees. And that person already had paid the 20 rupees and gone. The day the dharma has fallen down. Because he has got extreme desire for making money, because of which his dharma has fallen down. Because of desires. So the Venus will be another dangerous planet in Navamsa to cause your dharma to break. Because why it is dangerous? You are not asking question today. Why? Why the Venus is dangerous in Navamsa? Tell me.
आई एम थिंकिंग कि ऑल प्लैनेट्स कहीं ना कहीं तो होंगे ही ना, तो हम
because
कैसे डिसाइड करें कि कहाँ
because
अच्छे कहाँ?
because each planet is having a capability. Venus is having the capability to debilitate the sun. That is why Venus is dangerous. Venus is having the capability to put the sun completely off.
Hmm.
So that means Venus is very, very dangerous. And who is the main significator of the ninth house?
Sun.
Yeah, that is why Venus is very, very dangerous. The second planet who is supposed to be dangerous is Saturn, because he had created enmity with both the planets, Jupiter and Saturn. And if you see, Venus is also made enmity with both the planets.
Hmm.
That is why Venus has made the enmity with Sun as well as Jupiter. Why? You have to understand why. Because
Hmm.
because they both are not against, they are ready to do adharma.
Yes.
That is why Sun and Jupiter are dharma. They don't want to create anything about from dharma. They are very, very dharmic. Okay.
Hmm.
Now Rahu, why that Rahu is very dangerous in Navamsa? Because it can cause eclipse to the sun. So during that time, your dharma will be completely covered. So when your dharma is covered with an eye, what you will do? You will go and dash in the wall. So you will go and dash in the wall. So when you are dashing on the wall, what will happen? Then you may get injuries. You may get your head broken. So all kind of problems will come. So the Navamsa, when you are seeing, two planets are very, very important. One is Sun, another is Jupiter. And the ninth house and the ninth lord is very, very important. The another three which is dangerous is Saturn, Venus, and Rahu. So if you watch all these three planets, you know where are we going actually. Moon and Mercury does not play a role except for marriages, then it will play a role. But when you are seeing the chart for fortune, these two planets does not play that much big role, Moon and Mercury. But when you are seeing the Bhagya of a person, then you are having only three planets to see, which is Sun, Jupiter, and the ninth house and the ninth lord. But you also should see where are the Saturn, where are the Rahu, sorry, where is the Venus, where is the Rahu. And those are the areas where the person may do some damages. And where you have to see exceptionally where which house you will see if there is any problem is because Navamsa, we are actually seeing the ninth house ka area dekh rahe ho aap. So the Lagna of the Navamsa is, is
Is it important?
no, the ninth house of the Lagna is in the Navamsa.
Ninth of
Lagna, Navamsa Lagna is equivalent to the ninth house of Rashi.
okay.
The second house of Navamsa is equivalent to the 10th house of Rashi. So, if there is any planet with dangerous in the second house of Navamsa, then you see that there is a danger coming from.
Coming from 10th
These,
house.
these three, no, the second house of Navamsa is the 10th house of Rashi.
Huh.
So, it will directly affect the career, directly affect the karma.
Biल्कुल. हाँ. Karma, na?
Correct. That is why it's very, very important.
Hmm.
And how the Navamshas is very, very important and which will make persons reading altogether different. That we are going to see now. Okay. You want to have water? No, na?
No.
Now, one person in our I don't know when it was. Our Navamsas, Rishis have said to calculate from the cusp, middle portion of the Rashi and start calculating it from the middle portion of the Rashi. And they said, Rashi house का middle portion से लेके नवामसा बनाइए. बोला है ना? Okay. So, Bava number -1 into 9 plus 1 will give you the mapping of the Rashi. आप लिखिए अभी एक पेज में लिखिए, कोई भी पेज, छोटा पेज में लिखिए. Then I will explain you why that is very important. Why? Bava number मतलब राशि का जो भाव नंबर है.
राशि मीन्स D9 का.
D1. D1 में जो भाव का नंबर है, वो नंबर ले भाव. Okay, I will explain you. First, put a bracket. Bracket लेके भाव नंबर BN.
ठीक है.
-1 into 9 plus 1. क्या कर रहे हैं, समझ में आया? नहीं आया? Okay. Because we are taking the middle portion of the bhava. When we are taking the middle portion of it, we have to do certain calculation. तो वो सेंट 0 होना है ना? मिडिल होना है ना उसका?
मिडिल होना है. yes.
और वो मिडिल उसने कहा है कि उसमें से मिडिल से स्टार्ट करने का. ठीक है? Okay. Now, imagine that I want to map the राशि का फर्स्ट भाव को नवांश में मैप करने का. ओके ओके. तो 1 ले लीजिए. 1 -1.
1 यानी आपने राशि नंबर हाउस लिया है.
D1 का फर्स्ट हाउस. 1 - 1 into 9 plus 1. आंसर कितना आएगा? पहले वाले में 1 - 1 0 आ जाएगा. 1 - 1 0 है ना?
नो, पहले तो हमें मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना पड़ेगा ना.
नहीं, पहले ब्रैकेट में 1 भाव नंबर -1. 1 - 1 is equal to 0.
1 - 1 ब्रैकेट में.
हाँ.
ओके.
1 - 1 ब्रैकेट में है इंटू 9. उसका जो रिजल्ट आएगा उसको मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं 9 से. फिर उसके बाद +1 कर रहे हो. तो
1 ही आया आंसर. 1 आंसर आया.
1 आया. दैट मीन्स आप नवांशा में when we are taking the नवांशा multiply by 9 मतलब नवांशा से लेके फिर उसको +1 कर रहे हैं, तो it is making the 1. Now second भाव को करिए. 2 - 1 into 9 plus 1 कितना आएगा?
10 आ जाएगा.
Correct. 3 - 1 into 9 plus 1.
3 - 1
into 9 plus 1.
ये तो गलत हो जाएगा ना. 9 to 18 plus 1
ना.
तो 19 है.
3 - 1 2.
हाँ. 2
into
into 9 तो ज्यादा है,
okay
ज्यादा
into 9 plus 1 कितना आया?
19,
करेक्ट। उसमें से 12
12 माइनस
हाँ
7 आया।
आएगा। और
हम्म
4 minus 1 into 9 plus 1
16 आया, अगेन 16 में से अगेन
ना
12
ना
माइनस।
ना 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 रॉन्ग आंसर है। 4 minus 1 into 9 तो 4 minus 1 का 3 है, उसको 3
3
into
into
9
9 27।
27 plus 1 28 हो गया ना।
हाँ 28 में से
तो
अभी 1
28 में
माइनस
से
करा,
12 into 2 24 मल्टीपल ऑफ 12 से माइनस करने का
वही बोल रही हूँ, 4 बचेगा।
4 बचा। So now see the answers, all the answers 1 10 7 and 4
हम्म
these are all
7
these are all called as kendras।
केंद्र, राइट।
अभी वापस 5 से करके देखिए क्या आ रहा है रिजल्ट देखिए।
6 into 9
No no
plus 1,
5 minus 1
5 minus
5 minus 1 into 9
37 में से 12 है, 25 अगेन 12,
नहीं 5
13
minus
अगेन
5
1 ही
minus
आएगा,
हाँ मतलब
1 ही आएगा।
159 धर्मा बाबा का सारे का रिजल्ट 1 में है, इसलिए लगना इस
कोई भी नंबर ले, ओके। तो मतलब 1
मतलब
1
धर्मा बाबा का सारे का रिजल्ट 1 आएगा।
1 आएगा,
धर्मा बाबा मतलब 159 का सारे का रिजल्ट 1 में आएगा।
ओके।
अर्थ भाव का सारे का रिजल्ट किस में आएगा? 10 में आएगा
10 में आएगा, ओके।
और
काम बाबा 7
7 में आएगा,
एंड मोक्ष 4।
मोक्ष का 4 में आएगा।
वाह,
तो what does it mean? It means these 4 are the supporting pillars in the Navamsa. That is why the Kendras are very, very important in Lagna as well as in Navamsa.
नवांश।
तो नवामसा में जो केंद्र है, नवामसा भाव में जो केंद्र मिला, that is your Bhagya. So if your Lagna, Navamsa Lagna is having wonderful planet, very good planet. If your Kendra of the Navamsa is fourth house is having very good, then that person should be highly spiritual. Fourth भाव में suppose बहुत अच्छा ग्रह है जो धर्म ग्रह है, नवामसा में सन फोर्थ हाउस में 100% आंख बंद करके बोल दो वो स्पिरिचुअल आदमी होगा। because his complete 4 8 12 houses are in the Kendra, और जिसका 7th हाउस में बहुत पावरफुल प्लैनेट है वो बहुत बड़ा काम डिजायर वाला होगा, और जिसका 10th हाउस में पावरफुल प्लैनेट है वो बहुत बढ़िया प्रोफेशन मिलेगी उसकी, कैरियर जिंदगी पर कैरियर का जिंदा ही नहीं है, मतलब ही इज हैविंग वंडरफुल फॉर्च्यून। जिसका लग्न में बहुत अच्छा प्लैनेट है नवामसा में, then also God has blessed him like anything. जिसका 9th हाउस और 9th लॉर्ड में बहुत अच्छा प्लैनेट है, फिर भी God has blessed him everything. What I need is good planets in all this. So what does good means? Sun, Jupiter, Sun, Jupiter और मून और
मरकरी तो आपने अच्छा नहीं बोला।
हाँ, इसलिए सन मून जुपिटर is called as top order of dharma, and that is why they are all called as top grahas, shubh grahas. Shubh graha. Okay. Now
Mercury also considered beneficial.
यहाँ
उसको क्यों खराब बोल रहे हैं?
यहाँ पे धर्मा के लिए वो खराब है। नवामसा में the person may get fall because of Mercury. Mercury उसको खराब कर देगा। अच्छा, मरकुरी किसको खराब करेगा? इफ यू रियली सी, किसको खराब करेगा वो? इट विल अफेक्ट द वीनस,
कैसे?
बिकॉज मरकुरी मेक्स द वीनस debilitated. Mercury makes the Venus.
Debility.
That's why. That's why these planets are not so good in Navamsa. Navamsa में when we are seeing, किसके लिए देख रहे हो is also very important. हम किसके लिए बात कर रहे हैं अभी? We are talking about marriage. We are talking about the person's dharma which is related to the marriage. We are talking. But when we are considering fortune, then story थोड़ा बदल जाता है. वो कैसे बदलेगा? फिर भी सन अच्छा है for what? Spirituality. बाकी में नहीं है अच्छा. Sun if it is in Kendra, suppose in 4th house, the person will be very highly spiritual.
Okay.
And imagine the person is having a very good graha in the 10th house. Then also God has given him a very great blessing. बहुत अच्छा है वो. And जैसा अर्थ भाव में अच्छा प्लैनेट है, बेनिफिक प्लैनेट, फिर गॉड हैज गिवन हिम अ वेरी गुड कैरियर. और अगर अच्छा शुभ ग्रह इन 3, 3, 7, 11 में है, then God has given him very good friends and very good social life. अगर समझो 4th हाउस में सब शुभ ग्रह है, then the person is having high level of spirituality. नवमसा धर्म भाव में है अच्छा planets, then the person is very sincere, very honest, very good things in life. तो हर केसेस में जैसा नवमसा भाव में अर्थ भाव में प्लैनेट है, then that person is having very good career. बेनिफिक होना सब में. मुझे बेनिफिक क्या मतलब है? If benefic are in the Kama Bhava, then the person is having excellent social life. Social life बहुत अच्छा है उसकी. जैसा
natural benefit
मेरे को.
as per Kundali benefit.
हाँ, ऐसा जैसा हम किसके लिए देख रहे हैं is very important. नवामसा marriage के लिए देख रहे हैं, then other things will change.
तो natural benefit.
नहीं, अगर नवामसा मैरिज के लिए देख रहे हैं तो अभी हमने वॉट एवर वी डिस्कस टुडे, दैट इज ऑल अप्लाई द नवामसा. जैसा ओनली फॉर मैरिजेस, ओनली सन, जुपिटर, केतु, मून, दीज आर ऑल गुड. सैटर्न, राहु, मार्स, मर्कुरी डेंजरस. राहु ऑल्सो डेंजरस. लेकिन वो मैरिज नहीं, हम भाग्य देख रहे हैं, देन अलग सिनारियो चेंज हो गया. वहां पे मुझे बेनिफिक चाहिए, वहां पे बेनिफिक. सो वी आर सीइंग द नवामशा फॉर 2 पर्पसेस. सो दैट इज व्हाई नवामशा चार्ट शुड बी टेकन एज टू चार्ट्स बाय एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स. एक तो मैरिज के लिए नवामशा करके मैरिज लिखोगे उसमें. मतलब यू आर D9 का 2 चार्ट होना चाहिए एस्ट्रोलॉजर के पास. एक शादी के लिए,
दूसरा फॉर्चून.
हाँ, दूसरा फॉर्चून के लिए. नाउ दोनों इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज वहां पे आपको दोनों इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड दोनों में आप राशि का लग्ना को रख के देखोगे, और दोनों का फंक्शनल पैरामीटर डिफरेंट है. बस इसमें शुभ ग्रह चाहिए, वहां पे अलग पैरामीटर से देखना है, बिकॉज वहां पे धर्मा इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और धर्म कौन है? हु इज द धर्मा? हु इज द धर्मा? हु इज द धर्मा?
जुपिटर एंड सन.
हाँ, जुपिटर एंड सन. इसलिए उस टाइम में they have treated that particular son-in-law as Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu.
Vishnu.
Because sun has come to surrender on the 12th house. Sun क्या कर रहा है? पूरा सर्व नमस्कार कर रहा है 12th हाउस में. 12th हाउस में मरण कर रहा है, वो पूरा ईगो को सबमिट कर रहा है. जब ईगो को सबमिट कर रहा है वो भी किधर? गुरु का फीट में. जब वीनस वहां से बोल रहा है मैं एग्जॉल्टेड बन गया हूं, और केतु बोल रहा हूं आई विल ब्लेस यू. जब ये शादी करके हो रहा है पूरा मामला, दैट इज व्हाई वीनस which is called as Kanya is possible to be donated during the time, because Mahavishnu is present there. And when Mahavishnu himself is present with that kind of complete blessing, where Jupiter का इतना बड़ा ये हो गया हाथ वहां पे, that is why we are bringing a priest for marriage. Now you understand why the priest is kept in the function of all the marriages, because Jupiter is a main person who is actually conducting the marriage in the presence of Mahavishnu himself, who is present in the stage as son-in-law.
We considered girl as a Mahalakshmi, Lakshmi, and Lakshmi also daughter of ocean.
Correct. Correct.
So that's why 12th house yani Venus exalted.
Correct.
Pisces.
Correct.
Daughter of ocean.
Correct.
Is Lakshmi.
And that is why the 12th house is kept as Mahavishnu, where you are seeing one big snake which is protecting, Adisesha is protecting, and Mahavishnu is always sleeping in the ocean. And you can see the Mahavishnu's pose of pressing his feet.
Or even Lakshmi also sitting on his feet side.
Correct. Because Pisces is the feet.
Feet.
And because of the feet, the marriage happened. So everybody is actually worshipping the feet of Mahavishnu, because of you, the marriage was successfully conducted, because all the people have to come to the marriage ना वहाँ पे. Suppose marriage का time में समझो बंद हो गया, तो बंद होने के समय में जो दोनों का रिलेटिव आएंगे नहीं, ब्लेसिंग नहीं करेंगे, तो फिर क्या व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दैट मैरिज? इसलिए मैरिज फंक्शन में दोनों तरफ से आदमी आएंगे, पहचान वाले आएंगे, सब लोग आए. क्यों आ रहे हैं? बिकॉज वी इनवाइटेड देम, आस्किंग देम टू कम एज मोर फीट. मोर नंबर ऑफ फीट ज्वाइनिंग इज कॉल्ड एज मैरिज. नंबर ऑफ फीट ज्वाइन होना वहां पे, जब महाविष्णु की ब्लेसिंग्स होगी. अभी आजकल में शादी में आपको इंडिकेशन वो डायरेक्ट दे रहे हैं भगवान की, अभी कोरोना का टाइम में देयर इज नो ब्लेसिंग्स ऑफ महाविष्णु. अभी शादी कैसे हो रहा है? 10 लोग के साथ बस, ओनली 10 और 20 पीपल आर देयर इन द इनविटेशन. मतलब उसमें क्या हो रहा है कि महाविष्णु सेज दैट आई विल रिड्यूस द फीट बिकॉज़ माय ब्लेसिंग इज नॉट देयर नाउ.
Not there. Right.
मेरा ब्लेसिंग्स नहीं होगा, because number of feet join होना वहां पे. अच्छा.
For more blessing.
Correct. Now I will explain you one more important secret. What is that? There is also the role of Jupiter in the 7th house. Explain me how. अभी 12th house में Jupiter का खेल देखा आपने? अभी 12th house में priest is actually conducting the ceremony of marriage. Jupiter is actually making all the people united as into the marriage. मैरिज को सभी लोग को इकट्ठा कर रहा है. फीट सारे फीट को इकट्ठा कर रहा है. एक आदमी भोपाल से आ रहे हैं, एक आदमी दिल्ली से आ रहे हैं, एक आदमी पाटना से आ रहे हैं. सारे रिलेटिव इकट्ठा एक अलग अलग डेस्टिनेशन से आके कैसे जमा हुआ सब लोग? इट इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ जुपिटर. अगर समझो सारे उसी दिन में बंद हो गया तो सारे लोग आएंगे? बंद चल रहा है मतलब पूरा ऑल ओवर इंडिया राइट चल रहा है, आएंगे सब लोग? नहीं आएंगे. Okay.
And Jupiter is priest.
And the Jupiter is a priest. Now I will explain you why the Jupiter, what is the role of Jupiter in the 7th house? Tell me what is the role? Okay, I will explain you. There is the 16th nakshatra in astrology. What is
Vishaka.
Vishaka? And that Vishaka is Jupiter.
Gateway.
That is why the Jupiter make an entry of all these feet to enter into the marriage hall.
You explained
And
gateway.
अच्छा 16 का नंबर को ऐड करिए.
With which?
1 plus 6.
1 plus 6, 7.
Correct. That 7 has been taken by Venus, which is the 7th house, is a sign of Venus. And 7th house, numerologically, it has been taken by Ketu. Now you understand the role of Venus and Ketu. Venus and Ketu is excellent for marriage. And it has been, I have proved it from numerology also now today. Okay. Now, 1 is self. 6 is a person who is celibate. Bachelor. वो दोनों को मिलवा दिया, क्या होगा? एक आदमी सेल्फ है, दूसरा आदमी बैचलर है, दोनों को मिलवा दिया, शादी हो गया. So 1 plus 6 equal to 7. That is why marriage is called 7.
Good. Very nice.
And 7th house, that is why it is ruled by Venus. Because 7th is a natural sign of Kalapurusha, where the Venus is kept there as blessing, because 7th house is Venus. And the same 7th house, the nakshatra is creating such a beautiful scenario, once again, binding both the parties together. Love marriage भी आजकल हो रहा है ना? How it is happening? दोनों अलग-अलग culture की हैं, कैसे हो रहा है दोनों?
Bind कर रहा है.
Bind कर रहा है. Because Jupiter's role is, you come to the common agenda, make some rules and regulations, I am ready to cooperate. दोनों को कहाँ पे लेके आ जाएगा? मैरिज हॉल में ले जाएगा.
Marriage hall.
कैसे ले आ जाएगा? फीट से. इसलिए पहले 7th में फाउंडेशन डालता है, फिर बाद में 12th से सभी को लेके इकट्ठा करके इधर लेके आ जाता है. That is a function and the beauty of Jupiter. And numerologically, 1 plus 6 Visakha is called as 2 individuals are getting joined, making 7, which is the Kalapurusha's 7th house is ruled by Venus, and the 7th numerologically the number is given to Ketu. That is why Venus or Ketu is excellent for marriage. दोनों को excellent किया जाता है marriage में. क्यों? Because they have the capability to get people getting married. अच्छा. Now, नवांशा में जब जुपिटर आता है तो सारे लोग बोलता है कि there is a possibility for getting married. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना? If you go to traditional astrologers, everybody will say that Jupiter का रोल आ गया, दशा आ गया है, आपको शादी हो जाएगा. क्यों बोल रहा है? Because you should understand why logically Jupiter is making such an important agreement for marriage, because Jupiter is linking the 7th and 12th.
बोलते ना जुपिटर उस समय डूबा हुआ नहीं होना चाहिए, अस्त नहीं होना चाहिए.
Now, after connecting the 7 and 12, Jupiter making the significator of 2 and 5. That is why Jupiter is the significator of 2nd house and 5th house. इसलिए दोनों significator है. Because Jupiter is primarily responsible for making Kudumba. And after making the Kudumba, he is responsible to give the kids. इसलिए पहले 7 में हाथ डालता है, फिर 12 में डालता है. पहले 12 में हाथ डालता है. दोनों पार्टी को बुलाते हैं, दोनों को इकट्ठा करने के लिए. Even if you want to see a girl or a boy, you have to come ना, physically आना पड़ेगा ना, फोटो से थोड़ी देखोगे. आना पड़ेगा ना. तो घर का फैमिली पूरा, लड़का का फैमिली पूरा लड़की का फैमिली के पास आएंगे, लड़की देखने आएंगे. फिर वो सब कैसे हो रहा है? Because 12th house is pulling everybody to come and see the girl. For what purpose? Marriage के लिए. And whenever you are doing so, Venus becomes exalted. Because she is getting happy because इसका काम होने वाला अभी. इसलिए वो exalted है वहाँ पे. Venus का. So Venus is extremely happy when the primary responsibility of Venus is to produce kids. बच्चे दे देने का. So Venus is very, very happy the day when the person is getting alliances. जब alliances ही नहीं आ रहे तो फिर problem कहाँ से आ सकता है? There will be some kind of flaw in the horoscope. Flaw कैसा आएगा? Who is opposing the Jupiter?
Jupiter का opposite.
कौन कर रहा है? Venus का opposite कौन कर रहा है? जो अभी नवम समय हमने देखा. Who is opposing the Jupiter? The person who is opposing the Jupiter are two Vayu. Saturn and Rahu, always. Always remember this. Saturn and Vayu. Saturn and Rahu, these two are Vayu, will be opposite to the Akash. Because उसका reason भी आप सोचिए. Why they both are opposing? Because आकाश के अंदर जमीन बहुत कंफर्टेबल है. वाटर बहुत कंफर्टेबल है. अग्नि भी बहुत कंफर्टेबल है. लेकिन एयर में एक प्रॉब्लम है. It is having a high level of expansion property. तो एक्सपेंशन होके वो आकाश के टॉप में जाके बोलता मैं उससे ऊपर जाऊं क्या? जब जुपिटर बोलता अरे मैं तो इधर ऊपर से सबसे ऊपर बैठा हूं, उससे ऊपर तो नहीं जा सकता. I have covered the boundary. लेकिन सैटर्न राहु बोलता नो आई हैव टू क्रॉस द बॉर्डर. बाउंड्री क्रॉस करके जाना मुझे. तो देन द प्रॉब्लम इज क्रिएटेड.
इसलिए 12th हाउस में सैटर्न मैरिज में प्रॉब्लम.
Yes. Now you understood. Whenever you are talking to me, you always should put a logic. Why? Because Saturn is a dreadful enemy for Jupiter. It will not allow the person to come united. अभी आप समझ रहे हैं जब दोनों लोग इकट्ठा करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं, सैटर्न क्या बोल रहे हैं? दोनों को अलग अलग डायरेक्शन में भेज दे रहे हैं. So the people who are supposed to come for alliance are not coming to alliance because they both are traveling in opposite direction. That is why it is very, very dangerous.
Jupiter expansion और Saturn contraction.
नहीं आप नहीं समझे. Air is having a property of expansion and contraction. जब expansion is happening, it is even trying to break the Akash. Whereas Akash says that my boundary is a final. You cannot travel above that. लेकिन Saturn और राहु क्या बोल रहे हैं? No, हम लोग उससे ऊपर जाके देखना रहे. I want to see what is above the Akash. तो फिर आकाश बोलते हैं मेरे ऊपर तो कुछ नहीं है भैया. I am the highest wisdom. इसलिए Jupiter is called as highest wisdom. Because उसके ऊपर है ही नहीं कुछ. उसके ऊपर कोई है ही नहीं. So that is why the Jupiter is called as highest wisdom. And Saturn in the 12th house will give problem for the people to get united. उनका क्या है problem? That whenever a marriage invitation is done or the people are asking for getting alliances, तो उन लोग तैयार होके अपना घर में नहीं आएंगे because उसका feet नहीं cooperate कर रहा है. जब feet cooperate नहीं कर रहे तो what will happen? There is a problem. अच्छा. Now you remember one more thing. अभी देखिए Saturn will be behaving like Rahu will behave like Saturn. दोनों इसलिए दोनों को एक साथ काम करने के लिए दिया. कहाँ पे? 11th हाउस में. एंड राहु को फीट नहीं है.
हाँ, राहु इज शैडो ना, सैटर्न शैडो.
राहु को फीट नहीं है.
हाँ, ओनली हेड है.
हाँ, इसलिए the most dreadful enemy for Jupiter will be Rahu. Number 1.
Okay.
Number 2 Saturn है. इसलिए 11th हाउस में पहला खुद का घर राहु बनाया. Then he said, I will give it to Saturn as office. मूल त्रिकोणा. Saturn का मूल त्रिकोणा है. लेकिन किसका ओन हाउस है?
Saturn का.
ओन हाउस
राहु का.
इसलिए when a person is not getting married, उसका रीजन पनिशमेंट ही हो सकता है. इसलिए 6 का 6 11th हुआ. अगर किसी का मैरिज नहीं हो रहा है ना, उसका रीजन है पनिशमेंट है शिव का। किसका पनिशमेंट है? शिव का। और कैसे? हु इज एक्सिक्यूटिंग दैट पनिशमेंट? राहु। बिकॉज ही इज नॉट अलोविंग द जुपिटर टू मेक द पीपल ज्वाइन। तो ऐसा वाला चार्ट में हमेशा राहु विल बी वेरी स्ट्रांग फॉर द पीपल हु आर नॉट गेटिंग मैरिड। आप उसका नवांश में देखिए, वायु ग्रह बहुत बलवान होगा, very very powerful. Vayu will be very powerful in the chart, because then if Vayu is powerful, Akash will not happen. Akash will not happen, because Akash's primary purpose is to bring everyone. जब होने के बाद then जला आएगा, water will be only after the Akash is created. And if you need water, first I need Akash. First your feet is very important. इसलिए मैरिज के लिए we are seeing the 12th house image, which is called as Upapada. Upapada. What does it mean? Pada means feet. Upa means another feet who is ready to walk with you. And who is another feet who can walk with you? Is your spouse. इसलिए Upapada है. And everything is only coming and ending with feet. Pada. And even the nakshatra is having a pada. Which direction you want to travel, you have to instruct your leg. इसलिए लेग के बिना कुछ नहीं है। इसलिए वहां पे क्या किया उसने, जुपिटर ने बोला मुझे कोई हाउस नहीं दिया तो भी चलेगा, मुझे 12th हाउस दे दीजिए। तो बाकी लोग बोला कि यार पागल है क्या, इतना बड़ा बृहस्पति 12th हाउस ले रहे हैं। बट बृहस्पति इज वेरी क्लेवर। ही सेड देखो मैंने फर्स्ट हाउस भी आई हैव ओनली क्रिएटेड, बुद्धि ऑल्सो मेरे ऊपर से ही आया। आई एम ओनली इंस्ट्रक्टिंग द फीट वेयर टू गो, इसलिए दोनों मैंने ही ले लिया। बाकी लोग कुछ भी कर दो, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। दैट इज व्हाई बृहस्पति इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट। और उसने कैसा चूज किया देखो, फर्स्ट हाउस में उसने वो बोला मेरे ऊपर ही बुद्धि चलता, लोग का बुद्धि इज फ्रॉम मी ओनली। तो वो बोल रहा है ब्रेन भी मैं ही चलाता हूं। और जब ब्रेन बोलेगा जब फीट जाएगा कहां पे जाना, और ब्रेन और फीट मेरे अंडर में रखा। और बाकी प्लेनेट क्या सोच रहे थे, अरे यार ये जुपिटर पागल साला 12th हाउस दुस्ताना में ले लिया। बट जुपिटर नॉट मेड अ मिस्टेक, he did a very clever decision by taking the 12th house under his control. क्यों? Because शादी होना तो मेरे पास ही आओगे। शादी होना तो
जुपिटर रिक्वायर्ड।
करेक्ट। इसलिए हमेशा जुपिटर और प्रीस्ट के बिना शादी कभी नहीं होता हिंदू सिस्टम में। We have kept Jupiter as a primary model. उसमें अगर कोई भी नहीं आया चलेगा, बट जुपिटर इज टू बी प्रेजेंट। बाकी लोग फादर मदर नहीं है तो भी चलेगा, बट जुपिटर इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर मैरिज बिकॉज ही इज अ पर्सन हु इज एक्चुअली कैपेबल टू विटनेस अग्नि। दैट इज व्हाई आवर सिस्टम कॉल्स फॉर अग्नि एट द सेंटर। सन को वहां पहले कर दिया उधर, देन उसके बाद जुपिटर बोला हाँ अग्नि आ गया, हाँ अग्नि आ गया, ओके आई एम कमिंग नाउ। Because then the proper dharma happens. Jupiter के sun के बिना शादी नहीं होगा। That is why these two planets are very very important in नवामसा। अगर दोनों ICU में हैं नवामसा में तो शादी नहीं होगी। इनका अच्छा पोजीशन होने से शादी होगी। और सैटर्न बलवान नहीं होना चाहिए, राहु बलवान नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर वो बलवान हो गया तो शादी नहीं होगी। तो समझ में आ गया? ब्यूटीफुल है कॉन्सेप्ट।
अगर जुपिटर और सैटर्न दोनों ही पावरफुल हो तो
जुपिटर और
सैटर्न दोनों
दोनों
ये D9
दो,
में स्ट्रॉन्ग हो तो
दोनों पावरफुल नहीं हो सकते ना. ऑलवेज द स्ट्रेंथ इज कैपेबल ओनली टू, इसलिए रैंक दिया हुआ है सभी को. फर्स्ट रैंक, सेकेंड रैंक, कौन बलवान, ऑलवेज देयर विल बी कंपटीशन. तो नवामसा हो और राशि हो, द बलवान is always decided on the basis of the planetary position on the time of your birth. इसलिए ये डिविजनल चार्ट को इतना इंपॉर्टेंस दिया गया. उस दिन आपकी बर्थ में कौन बलवान थे आपके नवामसे में, वही बलवान रहेगा लास्ट तक. टिल योर लाइफ
ऑन
ही विल बी.
डिग्री बेसिस.
नो, उसका प्लेसमेंट बहुत सारा रूल है. उसका ओन हाउस में बैठना, एक्सॉल्टेशन पोजीशन में बैठना, उसका मूल त्रिकोण में बैठना, अच्छा पोजीशन में बैठना, ये सब पैरामीटर है स्ट्रेंथ करने के लिए. And when it is properly placed in the strength, फिर वो लाइफ टाइम तक वही रूल करेगा. तो अगर सैटर्न बलवान है तो मतलब एट द टाइम ऑफ बर्थ बलवान है. राहु बलवान है तो एट द टाइम ऑफ बर्थ बलवान है. जब राहु बलवान हो गया तो जुपिटर को मार देगा वो नवामसा पे. तो क्या करेगा, जुपिटर को बोलेगा शादी है, भाग जा. क्या करेगा, भाग जा. लेकिन राहु क्या करेगा, शादी करके ब्रेक कर देगा. दैट इज व्हाई राहु इज वेरी डेंजरस. क्योंकि उसका शादी करेगा ऑन द फास्ट, टक टक, फिर सब लोग सोचेंगे अरे इसका जल्दी शादी हो गया, लेकिन विद इन 1 or 2 years में खलास. फिर
लेकिन जुपिटर सैटर्न तो मिलके कर्मा धर्मा दोनों बनाते हैं ना. बिना कर्मा के भी कुछ नहीं, बिना धर्म के भी कुछ नहीं.
इसलिए they both have to be in a very well placed and connected. Saturn position में Saturn well placed है, Saturn में नहीं है. इसलिए नवामसा में बहुत केयरफुली रीड करना पड़ेगा Saturn को. You have to see the Saturn very cleverly in the नवामसा. Especially conjunction बहुत important है. Conjunction, फिर aspect, दृष्टि, ये सब बहुत important है नवामसा में. Because we are seeing a person's fortune and marriage together in a one chart. एक ही चार्ट में उसका भाग्य देख रहे हैं, एक ही चार्ट में उसका मैरिज भी देख रहे हैं. इसलिए वो नवामसा बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक होगा. Because everything which is coming from the dharma from the past. If your dharma from the past is not good, everything is damaged. तो इसलिए एवरी टाइम व्हेन एवर पर्सन इज टेकिंग ए ह्यूमन बर्थ, हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, कितना भी आप सिद्ध करो नो प्रॉब्लम, बट अच्छा धर्मा करते जाओ. व्हेन यू आर डूइंग धर्मा, व्हाट आर ऑल द रूल्स ऑफ धर्मा, वो देखिए और वो प्रैक्टिस करो, so that automatically your next janma, even though the sins are there, you will filter and get good dharma only. धर्मा का जैसा कॉफी में ये आता है ना, जो फिल्टर करते हुए, फिल्टर कॉफी देखा कभी आप? नहीं देखा? आप तो साउथ में देख के देखना पड़ेगा आपको फिल्टर कॉफी कैसा बनाते हैं. तो फिल्टर कॉफी में पहले कॉफी का पाउडर डाल के फिर उसका इतना ऐसे छोटा सा एसेंस गिरेगा नीचे. दैट इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द धर्मा इज. और वो धर्मा कितना भी आप डालते जाओ, लेकिन एसेंस इतना ही गिरेगा, बहुत कम. इसलिए धर्मा को बहुत डालते 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 जाके जानेगा. देन नेक्स्ट जन्म में योर केंद्रा विल बी वेरी गुड. Now you understood how the kendras are very important, because kendra will always be based on the dharma. Because a person's उसका पिलर है ना, वो लाइफ का पिलर है. चारों लोग जब चार पिलर में बिल्डिंग खड़ा होने का, अगर किसी का एक ही पाव दिया तो फिर उतना ही बल रहेगा ना बिल्डिंग. तो फिर बिल्डिंग ऐसा हो जाएगा थोड़ा देर के बाद. चारों में ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ है तो फिर ऐसा ही बहुत जोरदार खड़ा रहेगा. So it all depends upon how the Navamsha is being constructed and how the Kendras are very important. And it is also important that which all planets should be well placed in the Navamsha, which all is not, and why we are seeing whether it is for marriage or it is for Bhagya or fortune, for what purpose we are seeing is also very important to finalize whether the Navamsha for you is good or bad. Good or bad. तो अभी आपको कुछ डाउट है तो पूछिए. तो आप काफी टाइम से आप यू आर टेलिंग दैट सैटर्न 12 में है तो शादी नहीं होगा. आई एम ऑब्जर्विंग इट, ऐसा सब बोल रही थी ना. तो आप बताइए कि आपको क्या लगा अभी आफ्टर दिस सेशन.
नहीं, उसका लॉजिक क्लियर हो गया मुझे कि वाई सैटर्न इन 12th मतलब ब्रेक करता है मैरिज को या फिर होने नहीं देता है उसको, उसका लॉजिक समझ में आया
समझ
मुझे।
में आ गया ना?
हाँ।
हाँ
और एक चीज है कि अगर पिछले जन्म में किसी के कर्मा मतलब सब कुछ अच्छा ही रहा है तो उसे फिर नेक्स्ट जन्म लेने की जरूरत क्या है, कुछ तो पेंडिंग रहता ही होगा,
हाँ, इसलिए
तो
फॉर
उसके
दैट,
लिए भी तो सैटर्न इम्पोर्टेंट होता होगा ना।
नहीं, normally for the next janam desires coming from Rahu,
हाँ।
because हाँ, so sun का जो main practice है soul का desire fulfill करने के लिए, sun is the practice of main significator of dharma, तो sun को कौन eclipse कर सकता है, completely eclipse कौन कर सकता है? Rahu. When Rahu is making the eclipse of sun, what happens is you are losing your desires. Desire जो आपकी जो बचा था वो आपको पूरा मतलब eclipse के रूप से अंदर चला गया. So nothing could be fulfilled because it was dark. अंधेरे में थे. जब अंधेरे में थे तो there is no light. तो जब light नहीं है तो आपको मतलब you could not able to fulfill that wish. क्योंकि आपको डायरेक्शन नहीं था किधर जाना, whether to go to east to fulfill the wishes or west to fulfill the wishes पता नहीं था, because it is completely dark during the eclipse. So the next janam, Rahu is again creating that old desire which was pending and created through another sun.
इसलिए D9 में भी राहु बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट।
राहु बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट खेल खेलता है उधर, बिकॉज वहां पे क्या करता है राहु, वहां पे ही इज इंडिकेटिंग व्हाट इज द डिजायर व्हिच वाज यू केप्ट एज अ फुलफिल, not fulfilled in your previous janma, because he is only person who is capable to kill the wishes of the old karma. मतलब आपकी पुराना जन्म में क्या कर्मा पेंडिंग रखा, how I will find, you can only find because the sun is the dharma significator of 9th house, इसलिए उसका एक्लिप्स करने वाला एक ही आदमी है राहु. तो राहु को फाइंड आउट करें तो उसको बराबर स्टडी करेंगे तो वी विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वाज दैट व्हिच वाज पेंडिंग फ्रॉम योर प्रीवियस बर्थ, एंड उसके लिए ये जन्म में आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी देते रहेगा वो फुलफिल करने के लिए, to fulfill that one pending desire which was not pending, which was not fulfilled in your previous one. फिर इस जन्म में भी ऐसे ही एक्लिप्स करेगा so that one more desire which was not fulfilled. So then the rebirth continuously happened only because of Rahu. Rebirth is continuously happening only because of Rahu. That is why that is why the 11th house is called as Rudra. So continuously the person is continuously going, people crying, again he is going, again the people crying, again the person going, again the people crying. This exercise continues because Saturn and Rahu is governing the 11th house. क्योंकि कर्मा देते रहेगा Saturn. राहु क्या बोल रहा है, अच्छा ये और एक डिजायर देते रहेगा. So they both are giving the continuous karma and desire, karma desire. इसलिए 11th house is called as the peak of all the desires. मतलब desire originate from 7th, but 11th में क्या है कि accomplish नहीं हो रहा है whatever the result, end result क्या है 11th house से देखा जाएगा. 11th house will tell you whether you will be able to fulfill that wish or not. 11th house में fulfill हो गया तो फिर हो गया खलास. If it is not fulfilled, you will again recycle करते आओ. And those people who are unmarried or having any kind of misfortune from the marriage will be having these planets very, very powerfully placed. Saturn, Rahu, or some cases Mercury also, some cases Mars, for those who are unmarried. मतलब unmarried है तो नवामसा में Mars देखिएगा कैसा है, because Mars will decide what is the purpose for getting unmarried. क्या था unmarried का कारण, वो Mars से find out कर सकता है. Saturn and Rahu से find out कर सकता है कि why they are not able to get married, why, what is the purpose. वो Saturn and Rahu जवाब देगा आपको. Mars क्या जवाब देगा कि क्यों मैरिज नहीं हो रहा है, why it is not possible, मैरिज क्यों नहीं हो रही है, what is the problem. लेकिन किसी का शादी होके हस्बैंड चला गया due to some misfortune, For those people, Saturn and Rahu should be powerful in the Navamsa. If it is not, then the chart is wrong.
Okay.
उसका चार्ट में हमेशा आप देखिए जिस पर्टिकुलर डेट में जन्म हुआ है, they should have a very powerful Saturn and Rahu in the Navamsa, which can then obstruct the possibility of Sun and Jupiter to perform. क्योंकि सन एंड जुपिटर को उन लोग ही ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं ना, तो उसी टाइम में वो ये फिक्स कर देते हैं. इसलिए all the muhurtas are all under the control of Sun and Jupiter, because they are the people who decide भाग्य and fortune. इसलिए अभिजीत नक्षत्र भी किसका कंट्रोल में रखा है बताइए? अभिजीत नक्षत्र is under the control of Sun. Correct. इसलिए Sun is telling that I will be the decider of the muhurta. मेरा ही मतलब I am the person who controls the time. I am the person who will control the muhurta. I will control everything. शादी से लेके सब कुछ मेरे अंडर में. Don't underestimate me, ऐसा बोल दिया उसने एक ही बार बस. Because Sun is very powerful. मतलब सन के बिना तो कोई चार्ट तुम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हो. D1 में भी सन पावरफुल है, D9 में भी पावरफुल है. सन बोलता है कि वो स्लीपिंग सेल जैसा रहेगा, लेकिन ही इज वेरी वेरी पावरफुल. जिसको वो देखना आता है सन का, बस वही दे आर वेरी क्लेवर इन एस्ट्रोलॉजी, बिकॉज सन इज एवरीथिंग बॉस. वो पूरा इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहा है सबको. जुपिटर को भी वही इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहा है. जुपिटर को बोल रहे हैं उसको बुला के लेके आओ, इसको बुला लो. Even the timing for the reservation is done by Sun. मतलब आपका एक शादी में एक रिलेटिव आ रहा है, वो भी सन ही डिसाइड करता है कि इतना तारीख को रिजर्वेशन डाल दो उसको. और he also decides whether he should come by first class or second class in train or he should come by flight. वो ही डिसाइड करता. You cannot decide anything on your own. मतलब आपके पास पैसा है करके फ्लाइट में जा नहीं सकता. उस दिन आपको पता चलेगा कि दैट फ्लाइट इज कैंसल्ड, क्योंकि सन बुलाएगा, जिसमें आना चाहिए उसी में लेके आएगा आपको. अगर सन डिसाइड कर लिया कि वो आपको ट्रेन में जाना है तो ट्रेन में ही जाओगे आप.
9th हाउस का हो गया ना वो सन सिग्निफिकेंट.
इसलिए वो डिसाइड करता है कि कैसे आओगे. इवन द मुहूर्त, द टाइम इन विच यू आर रिजर्विंग इज अंडर द कंट्रोल. इसलिए अभिजीत मैंने बताया, because Abhijit is the peak of all the muhurtas. So मुहूर्ता को ही उसने अपना कंट्रोल में रख दिया. वो बोला कि जिस टाइम में आप बुकिंग करोगे ना, वो भी मैं ही करता हूँ. जुपिटर खाली आपका फीट को लेके आएगा, जिम्मेदारी है. But I decide the time in which you are booking your things. इसलिए आप अभी शादी में जाना है, suppose you cannot able to book the ticket unless the Sun is guaranteeing the giving you the approval. जब तक सन नहीं देता अप्रूवल, आप बैठा रहोगे. लास्ट मिनट तक आप फिर दौड़ा दौड़ी करेंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे. वो सन नहीं डिसाइड करता. क्यों? पहले कर दो ना बुकिंग. नहीं, आई विल टेल यू व्हेन टू बुक. और वो भी डिसाइड करेगा कैसे जाओगे आप. सेकेंड क्लास में जाओगे, फर्स्ट क्लास में जाओगे, अनरिजर्व्ड में जाओगे, फ्लाइट से जाओगे, कार से जाओगे, कैसा भी जाना है वो भी उसके कंट्रोल में है. वो डिसाइड करने के बाद जुपिटर बोलता है अच्छा उसका पाव को लेके आओ, बस पादा को लेके आओ. और पादा इज डिसाइडेड बाय जुपिटर. कितना पादा को लेके आऊं वो पूछ रहे सन को. सर कितना पादा को लेके आऊं? उसका घर में कितना लोग हैं? 3. तीनों को लेके आओ. ओके. उसका घर में कितना लोग हैं? 4. और 4 का जरूरत नहीं, उसका घर से 1 ही लाओ बस.
बहुत अच्छा. वेरी.
So इसलिए they are deciding. Now आप देखिए ना, कोरोना के टाइम में who is deciding? Sun is deciding. Sun is telling that health नहीं है ना, हाँ हेल्थ नहीं है, तो मैं हाँ हेल्थ नहीं है ना, बात लोग को हाँ नहीं हेल्थ नहीं है. अच्छा ठीक है, सब लोग अंदर ही रहो, फिर ऑनलाइन में देख लो.
एग्जैक्टली.
क्योंकि उसी का अंडर में हेल्थ भी है. टाइम भी उसके हाथ में, हेल्थ भी उसके हाथ में. जब हेल्थ चला जाएगा, टाइम चला जाएगा. सो यू कैन नॉट प्लान एनीथिंग. तो फिर गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड करेगा. सन इज ऑल्सो गवर्नमेंट. तो
गवर्नमेंट
गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड करेगा कि ट्रेन चलाना है कि नहीं चलाना.
सही कह रहे हैं.
क्योंकि जब ट्रेन को ही नहीं चलाना तो फिर जा ही नहीं सकते ना आप. तो इसलिए वो सन डिसाइड्स एवरीथिंग, वेयर टू कम, हाउ टू कम, व्हेन यू विल बुक, सब कुछ. फिर वो जब डिसाइड हो जाता है, फिर बाद में वो जुपिटर को सिर्फ इंस्ट्रक्शन देगा कि अच्छा उसके घर में से 2 लोग को लेके आओ. तो जुपिटर का काउंट है कि 4 लेग्स. वो आदमी का काउंट नहीं करता जुपिटर. जुपिटर विल टेल
लेग्स.
कितना कितना लेग्स, 4 लेग्स को लेके आओ. अच्छा ठीक है, तो 2 आदमी बन गया. ओके, एनी डाउट? नहीं है. अच्छा, आप जो बता रहे थे सैटर्न 12 में केसेस आप बता रहे थे, सो वेदर द सैटर्न इज D1 और D9?
D1, if D1 80% we can say, but if in both D1 and D9, then 100%.
Then
Yeah,
100.
this is my observation. This was my observation, and continuously I am watching this.
Okay, now you understood why the Saturn is very dangerous in the 12th house, because he is not allowing the feet to join. वो जुपिटर को बोल रहे हैं मत लेके आना, I will not allow. And उन लोगों को पॉवर्टी दे रहे हैं so that they are not able to come. मतलब उसको 1000 रुपये का टिकट है, ट्रेन टिकट, तो उसको क्या कर रहे हैं, 1000 रुपये नहीं दे रहे हैं सैटर्न.
No saving, expenditure.
सैटर्न 1000 रुपये नहीं दे रहे. 1000 रुपये के जगह पे 2000 कर दे रहे ट्रेन टिकट को. तो लोग क्या करेंगे, अरे यार 2000 करके कि उसके घर में क्यों जाना, कट कर दो. So Jupiter decides to bring, but Saturn obstructs to bring. तो इसलिए Saturn is making the marriages not to happen because the feet are not able to join. तो Saturn का रेमेडी क्या पता है? The best way of making the Saturn remedy is पादा to make walk. जिस पादा के वजह से walk बंद हो गया, उसी पादा को walk करने का. That is the remedy.
Walk? How?
पादा है ना?
हाँ.
तो that पादा we have to understand. कैसा पादा है, किस पादा में है प्रॉब्लम, उस पादा को अगर if we are making it to walk, शादी हो जाएगा. अभी पादा में क्या प्रॉब्लम था, वो लड़की को लड़का को सपोज किसी का शादी नहीं हो रही है, तो द पादा इज नॉट रेडी टू कम. मतलब किसी का रिलेटिव्स नहीं है रेडी, किसी का पेरेंट्स रेडी नहीं है, किसी का उसका खुद का लेग्स रेडी नहीं है, तो सारे लेग्स को रेडी करा देना. तो उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, वो ब्लॉक को जाके कट करना पड़ेगा. जब ब्लॉक को कट करेंगे, देन रेमेडी एक्टिवेट होके पूरा लेग तैयार हो जाएगा. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट अ पर्सन इज कमिंग फॉर मेकिंग द अलायंस. फिर उसके घर में आके शादी वगैरह ये करके फिक्स करके चला जाएंगे. ऑल दिस हैपेंस ओनली व्हेन द लेग्स आर रेडी टू यूनाइट. When the legs are not ready, shadi cannot happen. इसलिए जुपिटर 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 ऐसा करके सब लोग एस्ट्रोलॉजी में बोलते हैं ना, दशा जुपिटर का नहीं आया है, जुपिटर का ब्लेसिंग्स नहीं आया अभी तक, ये नहीं आया, वो नहीं आया. It is all because of one single person. It's called as the main reason why they are saying is called Pada. And the same Pada is also in the nakshatra. When there is a Kama Pada, then only you can come to the Pada of Kama. But if the Pada is in Moksha, you cannot bring that Pada to Kama. Then you have to wait till the Kama Pada is coming. So everywhere you see there is a Pada connection only.
Yes.
So इसलिए Pada is very very important. Pada मतलब feet. मतलब feet हो गया. So feet is very important. इसलिए जुपिटर ने 12 को लेके बैठ गया, बोला कि अगर कोई भी लोग आएंगे ना, मेरे बिना तो आ ही नहीं सकता, जा नहीं सकता, मैं ही डिसाइड करता हूँ सब कुछ. So when the Jupiter is having a very bad placement in the horoscope of a nation or the horoscope of the year, the person's legs will be disconnected. Now you understood. Now हमारा जुपिटर के साथ कौन था आप देखिए कोरोना का टाइम में. Then you will understand astrology even better.
Saturn and Ketu.
When the
Saturn
Jupiter,
and Ketu.
when all the people are in indoor for last 8 months, आप देखिए जुपिटर का हाल देखिए, मतलब ईयर का बिगिनिंग का चार्ट देखिए, नेशन का चार्ट देखिए, सब में देखिए, जब जुपिटर तैयार होगा सभी सारे बाधा आएगा स्ट्रीट में. जब तक गवर्नमेंट ही बोल देंगे कि 50% लोग ही आओ ऑफिस में चलेगा.
In starting there was Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu, and later Jupiter and Saturn.
उसका एस्पेक्ट राहु का होगा. देखो जुपिटर को कट करने वाला राहु ही है. राहु का एस्पेक्ट जब जुपिटर के ऊपर गिरेगा राशि दृष्टि में और कोई भी then
Gemini expecting Sagittarius.
That is why corona has come. Corona actually disease है, लेकिन actually वो disease की वजह से क्या हुआ है, the person's movement has cut off. आदमी लोग का पाव बंद हो गया. जब पाव बंद हो गया तो we cannot move. तो सारे लोग गवर्नमेंट ही बोल देगा, फिर जुपिटर को प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो सन आ जाएगा. सन बोलेगा गवर्नमेंट, अच्छा क्या हो गया, अरे सबका फायदा नहीं है. नहीं है, क्या करना है, अरे सभी को बंद कर दो यार, ऑफिस में 25% को बुला लो बस. सबको वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर दो. सबको वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर दो. तो सबको वर्क फ्रॉम होम में क्या हो गया, सारे का फायदा कट हो गया. So the people when they have to come to office, your Jupiter should be good, both for the nation, for the year, and for you. Then only all three can come together to a place to work. But if Jupiter is not good, you cannot come to work. इसलिए Jupiter is also one of the significator of the 10th house. जब Jupiter को प्रॉब्लम हो गया, सन को ही प्रॉब्लम हो गया. सन बोलता है कि मैं पैसा नहीं दे सकता, आधा सैलरी कर दूं. जब जुपिटर को प्रॉब्लम हो गया तुरंत सन आ जाता है. सन बोलता है कि अच्छा मैं 40% 50% रिड्यूस कर दूं, सैलरी थोड़ा कम कर दूं. क्यों यार, नहीं जुपिटर को प्रॉब्लम है. अच्छा जुपिटर को प्रॉब्लम है, अच्छा ठीक है क्या कर सकते हैं. फिर सन का प्रॉब्लम हो गया, सैटर्न को प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा ऑटोमेटिक.
जुपिटर जीवा आल्सो ना, so many deaths and
फिर सैटर्न को प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. जब सैटर्न को प्रॉब्लम होगा वो रिवर्स मरकुरी को प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. देयर विल बी कम्युनिकेशन ब्लॉकेड. मतलब सारे लोग कैसे ऑपरेट करते हैं देखते हैं सब लोग को, ओनली थ्रू इंटरनेट.
ओनली राहु विल शाइन. इंटरनेट बस.
तो जब जुपिटर वीक हो जा रहा है, वेदर फॉर अ नेशन और अ ईयर, राहु विल बी वेरी पावरफुल. राहु बोलेगा मैं सारे प्लेटफॉर्म रेडी करके दूं, जूम कर दूं, जूम कर देता हूं, ये कर दूं, वो कर दूं, सब वो बोलेगा.
राहु हियर. only communication through media. Internet.
Because राहु क्या बोल रहा है, because now Jupiter is weakened in the year. It is weakened for the nation. So immediately Rahu balwan हो जाता है. So it is a natural phenomena. One weaker, another becomes stronger.
Exalted Gemini में.
So one weaker, another person becomes stronger. So when they are becoming stronger, that particular area will become very, very dominating. What is that? Gemini is completely about internet. वो बोलता है कि वॉकिंग करने से वॉकिंग नहीं किया तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है, वर्क फ्रॉम होम करो यार, इंटरनेट मैंने दे रखा है, मैं इंटरनेट दे रखा है, मोबाइल दे रखा है, कैमरा दे रखा है, देखो.
School, college, offices, everything on internet.
Why? Because Jupiter is also the 9th house. It's also about schools. Now, Jupiter is also about teachers, so no teachers can come also. When Jupiter is gone, everything gone. मतलब बृहस्पति लोग भी ऑनलाइन ही चलाएंगे, because चलाने वाला राहु है ना. Because the person is, whenever you see something problem like this, you always should know that when the Jupiter is very weak in the nation chart or year chart, the people in the country cannot walk. तो आप बाहर जाके कितना महीना हो गया?
4 to 5 months.
हाँ, अब तो पाव किधर है? अंदर ही है ना, घर के अंदर ही है. हाँ, now he has reduced the number of feet motion. फीट का जो मोशन है ना वो कम कर दिया उसने, स्टॉप कर दिया. सो एवरीबॉडीज जुपिटर हैज बीन ब्लॉक्ड. तो इसलिए उसने बृहस्पति बता रहा है सबको, देखो यार मेरे इंपॉर्टेंस डोंट अंडर एस्टिमेट, क्योंकि आई एम द पर्सन हु डिसाइड्स एवरीथिंग. जब मेरा प्रॉब्लम हो गया आई विल फिनिश. सो दैट इज ओके. बाय.
Very nice.